way it went down I can only guess, but I walked into a bright red mess. Blood on the cards, man on the floor, and an empty peacemaker by the cellar door.
We have the beautiful Jenny Queen joining us. Now you're thinking, have we spoken to Jenny before? No, we haven't. So we're going to find out all about who Jenny Queen is and what's the $50 silver all about. Thank you very much for joining us, Jenny. What a great name for a song.
Thank you.
You've got us intrigued straight away. So we want to know $50 silver. What does it mean?
What does it mean? $50 silver is the payment that this character is taken literally out of a dead man's hand before they run out of town.
The titles of songs sort of tell a story, but this one doesn't quite tell us in the title, so it's interesting to see what it really does. So did you write the song yourself, or is this a co-write?
It's a co-write with Sam Telford from Vera Blue, and he's a phenomenal artist in his own right. But it was a really fun co-write because I knew what I wanted to say, but I didn't have anything written down. So he was just playing some riffs, and then boom, it was one of those beautiful experiences where it all just comes down.
A very haunting sound too. It's like one that sort of drags you in, and then you want to know more. You want to know what the next line is. Is it something that you two worked on together to try and bring that sound together with the story?
Absolutely. We absolutely wanted to have something that just immediately starts to pull you forward. And I worked really hard on making a first line that's like you step into the action as it's happening. It's almost like you start in the middle of a sentence. The way it went down, I can only guess. Well, what? What does that mean? It's like stepping in the middle of it. And then, there's cards and blood and what? And it's just, and for me, this song is a sheriff who has, in a kind of an Old West situation. And in my mind, she's a woman. But she steps into this situation where she's just surrounded by kind of senseless death. She's thinking to herself, I don't have to do this. This is not something I have to do. Maybe I'll just leave this town and I'll grab, money out of the dead man's hand and just take my pay and go. I've seen enough, too much. And I think that it's just turning a little bit of the Western on its ear in my mind. And also it probably is a bit of a reaction to the gun crisis in the U.S. I was, at that time, you couldn't go a day without hearing about a shooting back home. And I was thinking about the people who have to deal with that on the ground and how incredibly painful and frustrating that would be. I don't know what your reaction would be from the point of a law enforcement officer, but surely they'd just be like, oh my God, just let me out of this.
Yeah, and how do we stop this? I'm just going to grab that $50 and run. Have we got more releases coming up? Have we got some touring? What's happening with Jenny Queen over the next, even 6 months?
Very exciting stuff. So we have a new single out a couple weeks ago, Lady Lazarus, and my website has been redone so you can watch all kinds of crazy. It's a crazy website. It's a 360 thing. So you go on and then you can sort of literally look all around the room and then choose different things. So you can go into some spoken word poetry, or you can go on to podcasts, or you can look at the videos. It's really cool.
Wow, interactive.
Yeah, it's really neat. And I just launched that. And then there'll be another single or two. And then there'll be I'm doing some shows. First one that I can announce for now is opening for Lachlan Bryant and on the 23rd of May at the Sly Fox. But then there'll be, I'm trying to organize the tour, but that's a bit of crazy whenever you're trying to organize a tour, especially if you have a family.
You're in Sydney, aren't you?
I am, but I'm going to try to cover quite a bit more cities than I did last time. I will absolutely be getting to Queensland because Queensland is probably one of my favorite places in Australia. I love the people. They remind me of the people back home. They're just really friendly and chill and awesome and open, really open. And I like that about Queensland. And they're great music fans, too. They love music.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get bored crowds there.
Queenslanders are a little bit of a rowdy mob, but that's a good thing sometimes, especially when it comes to music.
It's a great thing.
Yes. Jenny, talking about that website, do we have a website address that people can go to?
Sure, www.jennyqueen.com.
Well, everybody, hop on to Jenny Queen's Facebook and websites and things like that. Have a look. Let her know you've heard her on the radio and that you're interested in her music. And you know what? Buy some of the music. It's quite easy to do, and I'm sure there's plenty of directions. And particularly in the new website, it'll take you there. It's very interactive. Jenny, thank you very much for joining us tonight. And we want to play this daunting and haunting song, $50 Silver.
Right in the dust. Maybe I will take my pay. $50 silver in a dead man's clutch. $50 silver in a dead man's clutch.